Interesting. Then someone used the director to commit the murder.
Someone.
Congratulations, Detective. You've passed the test. Unfortunately, there's no time to celebrate. The real work is about to begin.
Oh, I have to... Can't click on anything else, can I? I hoped we're going to get a little bit...
All happened in the past.
Okay.
Now, we need you to use the acoustic detective system to figure out a currently unsolved case. This one involves another explosion, only in a mental hospital, rather than a police station. It's... how should I put it? Peculiar. A number of agents have already attempted to solve it. None of them succeeded. And there were complications.
Toby, indeed. I mean, as just sort of like a general... I obviously don't know what content is going to be in this game, but my expectations for how this game is going to depict a mental hospital are very, very, very low. So, yeah, judge for yourselves appropriately. Okay, what am I doing? I think we're going to go through this scenario once and sort of get a lay of the land. I don't have time to solve the case because it's a 15-minute long thing. So I'm sure that I wouldn't be able to go through the whole deal. But let's run through it once and sort of see what's going on and get a sense of it. I also there were a couple of things that I wanted to talk about from that last case. One is very interesting choice that the first question, who organized Emily's murder, is not that's not a red herring. There's no red herring there. Or it is a red herring, I guess. The question is a red herring. Like, we found out that information immediately, and it was right. That's unusual in a game. Like, I think someone, was it the Windhover or Toby? Somebody mentioned that Amaranth said that, it's such an obvious thing. It feels like there should be a twist, right? It feels like the answer to that question should be different. In a game where you are solving a bunch of different cases, I think it's worthwhile to have questions, these sort of like solve the case questions that aren't hard to figure out, that aren't sort of like that, where the answer that seems right is right, because then it's harder to look at those questions and use that to sort of shape what you think is going to happen about the case. I am super surprised that this case only has 2 questions. I'm surprised that the last case only had 3. I feel like after the sort of introduction, after the first couple of cases, we should be getting into more like, here's 4, 5, 6 questions that you need to answer. And some of them are extremely relevant to the mystery. Some of them are like tricky and it's going to be hard to figure them out. And some of them are just like, information that you have to find. That's not going to be, you just need, it's going to be in there. You just need to find it. Okay, so for this one, our questions are, who are the real mental patients, and who is Ghost? Who are the real mental patients, I think, is suggestive of what this scenario is going to be like. All right, well, let's jump in.
Hello! Welcome in, officers. How can I help you? I heard your siren.
I'm Elvira. This is my
Say this
partner.
again.
Hello! Welcome in, officers. How can I help you? I heard your siren.
I'm Elvira.
I heard your
this is my partner.
siren.
Are you in charge here?
I'm Elvira.
Yeah, I am the administrator of this facility. To what do we owe this visit?
You look a little young to be running this place. Anyway, we're here to investigate reports of an escape.
Aha, yeah. About that. We're dealing with it internally. It's a minor incident. Not that big of a deal, really.
Not that big of a deal.
This is a mental institution. Some of our patients are highly agitated, and a few, from time to time, attempt to escape. This one happened to be successful. We have people out searching, but often the patients return on their own volition after a day or two.
How did it happen? This time, I mean.
Let me recall. Right. We were having a therapy session when the patient.
I mean, is this
picked up an
guy
ashtray and
like
hit me on the
imitating
head.
the
jumped up.
administrator?
Your head seems fine to me.
Oh, it wasn't a heavy blow. And in this profession, you must be prepared for these sort of outbursts. Roll with the punches, as they say. Truth be told, this situation is very embarrassing, which is why I didn't want to call the police.
You might not have called us, but someone did. You also confirmed that one of your patients escaped, which means we're now legally obligated to investigate. A psych case on the loose poses a threat not only to themselves, but to the public. Take us inside. We'll need to interview the other inmates. And get us their files.
Interview? You want to talk to them?
Where are the patients? Just show us the way and we can conduct the investigation ourselves.
Well, if you insist. This way, please.
How did this window break?
This is where the patient escaped. Be careful of the glass on the floor.
I need to see this patient's file.
Ah, you mean patient number 68? What do you want to know, officer? I've spent so much time with everyone here that I can practically recite their files from memory.
Hold
But you
up.
call them by number,
Why is this
not by
gate open?
name?
No wonder you're trying to cover up how easy it is to slip out of here. All the doors are unlocked.
Unlocked? Ah, yeah, that was me. I apologize. I was in such a hurry to greet you earlier, I forgot to lock it behind me. Oh, don't worry, though. I've been here the whole time. I can assure you that no one else escaped.
Let's check inside.
This is our day room. As you can see, all our patients are quite well cared for. Wouldn't you say?
Nice decor and board games doesn't change the fact that they're still stuck in a mental facility.
Hey, new arrivals! Grab your clothes and toiletries.
Huh? Who are you?
None of your concern. Pick your seat and sit down. I don't want any trouble.
Who's this guy?
What?
Patient number 27 has a non-bizarre grandiose delusional disorder. He thinks he's a caregiver here. The hospital is short-handed, so we usually leave him be. Saves us from having to hire more help.
People here are more nutso than I thought.
What's she doing?
Watching TV.
But the TV isn't even on. What's your name?
Patient 42 suffers from severe social
God.
anxiety that manifests as selective mutism. She talks to no one.
Okay, so mechanically what's happening here is that we're going to be introduced to all of the inhabitants of this space by number rather than by name. And at some point, somebody is going to go through and match all of the numbers to names. So I think the thing that makes the most sense from a play standpoint Yeah. I think the thing that makes most sense is we're going to follow this through. We're going to find where that matching happens, take notes there, and then come back and go through the whole thing again, and we can match those numbers to names. This one's not great.
Neither of these two are going to be any help. Let's split up and canvass the rest of the place. Check the room over there, would you?
On it.
Here.
Oh God! Oh God! My stomach! Sorry. I
Hey!
gotta go.
And just where do you think you're going, pal?
What the fuck?
Sit back down. You can leave when I say you can leave, which is after you've answered my questions.
Okay.
I gotta verify. So the guy who's pretending to be the director, I mean, he didn't even say director, he just said administrator, but that guy came into this room, right? Am I going back in time? I'm not going back in time. I have to be playing. Where did the cops go?
In this twisted, cruel.
Elvira goes down here. The other cop comes out here.
Patience here.
Oh God! My stomach! Sorry. I
Hey!
gotta go.
And just where do you think you're going, pal? Sit back down. You can leave when I say you can leave, which is after you've answered my questions.
Okay.
Yeah, Toby.
Both of you sit down and behave yourselves. I want
Yeah.
you to answer the officer's questions. Also, officer.
This is bad. I recognize that this is bad. I think it's worth it for me to try to get to whatever's on the other side of this. So I'm going to keep playing, and you're welcome to stick around and stay with me. I'm not going to get through this case today, which means that next time I start, we're going to still be on this. I wonder if it's worth just finishing it before the next. I'm going to think about that. But stay tuned on Twitter. I will try to be clear about sort of exactly what's going on and not linger longer than necessary on this case. Yeah. All right. I am going to keep going for right now.
I don't understand what you hope to gain by interrogating these patients.
That's a nice costume you got there, officer. Pretty convincing, even. Your lines, on the other hand, have room for improvement. You can't start off that strong. You lose any sense of foreshadowing. Just makes the audience feel off.
We've nicknamed patient 49 Mr. Director.
Okay,
Believe
that's
it
Mr.
or not,
Director.
he suffers from something called the
It's a
Truman
nickname.
Show delusion.
Oh,
In his
Jesus.
mind, he's making a masterpiece, and we're all just actors. We rely on role-playing therapy to treat patients like these. Trying to interrupt or correct him would just get us nowhere. But if we play along, he'll calm down soon enough.
Mr. Director? I'd like to ask you a few questions. Who are you, really? Look me straight in the eye.
That's how you do it. Much better, much better. You gotta have a quiet sense of intimidation. You don't need to shout to be coercive. Go back and re-enter through the door. Let's shoot this scene again.
What the hell?
Please, officer, he meant no harm. Remember, I mentioned some of our patients are likely to initiate contact.
Well, what about that one, huh? Mr. Bathroom Emergency. Was that real? Or just some excuse so he could leave?
Him? He's a thief.
Hey, that's defamation, you hear me? I'm a law-abiding citizen. Behave!
Patient number 36 suffers from an impulse control disorder commonly known as kleptomania. He simply cannot stop himself from stealing. Doesn't matter the person or place.
I didn't
I
realize
casually
sticky fingers were a disease.
refer to him
But
as
he's
a
already in here,
thief.
so why'd he try to run?
Old habits die hard, I suppose. This one was constantly being hounded by the police, arrested multiple times. The sight of you probably triggered a conditioned response from him.
Bullshit! Just ask around. When did I ever get caught? Huh?
Ha! You're saying you never got caught? Then why did you end up here? He was
What
a
the
repeat offender, you
fuck?
see, always stealing old phones. The police found it so odd that they gave him a psychiatric evaluation. And wouldn't you know it? He was certifiable. So, instead of sending him to prison, they sent him here.
Quite the nutcase, I see.
Yeah, well, we are doing our best to treat
Wow.
Let's check the next room.
Yes, Amaranth, you're right. That might be Spoon. That
This
would make
wasn't that big of an
sense.
issue to
Are you
begin with.
done, Tony?
No. Why is this room locked?
That is the seclusion room.
Open it.
I would strongly advise against that.
Anybody in there?
Who the fuck's out there? You get in here, you cocksucker! I'm gonna kill ya! I'm gonna kill all of ya!
I must warn you, this patient might be dangerous. He suffers from episodes of acute mania and violent psychosis.
I told you to open this door. Just do it.
All right, just give me a second. I need to find the key. Which one was it again? This one? Not this one. This will only take a second, I assure you. Ah, here it is.
Great. Open it up.
I'll just wait out here.
I'm gonna straight up bash your fucking brains in!
All right. You to calm down, sir?
You get that fucking duck away from me, you hear? He fucked me up! I can't think straight. I'm gonna slit his fucking throat, you hear that, huh, Doc? Huh? I'm gonna fucking murder you!
Tell the doctor he can leave, Elvira.
What?
Someone like him will help, but
What? What is happening now?
He's gone. It's safe to talk now.
Damn, Tony, my man! Look at you in uniform. Could have fooled even me.
Okay.
Keep your voice down. Though, I could say the same about you. You almost gave me a scare with all that crazy talk. What's it called again?
Rabies, idiot.
Elvira. Charming as always, I see.
Jokes aside, what have you found? There's a whole lot of people out there that have got their eyes on Ghost's secret stash.
You look around at all?
Not much. Already talked to 2 patients. Crazy guy called Mr. Director and some thief. Gotta say, they both seem totally fucked up, to put it mildly. What about you? Who did you talk to?
Just some delusional reporter. Oh, and a schizophrenic called Silver Spoon. Just like you said,
Spoon.
though, both 100% loony.
The other guy in
Guess
here
we're on the
is
same
Cleb, I
page,
bet.
then.
Wait, so you haven't found anything yet? So why'd you call us up here?
I didn't see him, but I know where to find him.
How so?
Process of elimination. At first, I didn't know what to do. No one seemed to be faking it. But then I discovered seclusion room number 4 at the end of this very hallway. Never seen it unlocked, but I know someone's inside, because the caregiver brings food there twice a day. So I played the manic card and I beat up a doctor named George, which got me thrown in here. Now I can keep an eye on things from the privacy of right next door. And if all the other patients are legit crazy, whoever's in that room is Ghost. I mean, the logic fits, right?
Well, look at you, Sherlock McMurphy. All right, then. Time to see who's behind door number 4. Get the key from the doctor, Elvira.
Wait, something doesn't add up. What about the escaped patient? Patient number 68. Could he be Ghost?
Nah. Think about it. Why would Ghost want to get out? He got himself committed on purpose, remember? To hide from people who want his money and his life. He knows he's a dead man if he gets out.
You have a point. Okay, I'll get the key.
Hey, I got a question for you. Your hospital gown doesn't even have a pocket. Where'd you get the phone to call us?
That, my friend, is courtesy of Klep. You met him?
He gave you a phone?
Klep is... how should I put it? He's definitely crazy. But man, oh man, can that fucker steal. All he's gotta do is greet a doctor, and he's got their phone.
No wonder he tried to get close to me earlier. Bumped into me, actually. In fact, wait, where's my phone? Jesus.
Big time hitman got played by a small-time thief. Hey, why'd you knock out George? What did he do?
Was in the way. Wanted to see our search warrant.
See if he's got the key on him.
Poor George.
Here, found them.
Tony and I'll check out room 4. You clean this up.
On it.
What? What? What was that?
Maybe one of the bigger ones? Come on out already.
What?
What?
Empty. He
All
escaped
done
them?
back there.
What's going on here? Don't tell me our ghost made like a ghost.
This doesn't make any sense. This room's at the very end of the hall. He'd have to go by my room to get out. And I've had eyes like a hawk on that door this whole damn time. Hell, I was still paying attention during that whole crazy act earlier.
No, man. Something's not right. Look at the dust on the floor. Gotta be at least an inch thick. But the only sets of footprints in here are yours and mine. No one's been in here for a long time.
Well, I'll be damned. But there's no way in hell I was wrong. Let me check again. No one under the bed. Huh. What about this big chest here? You don't think he hid the money in it, do you?
A chest? Wait, don't touch it!
What the? A trap!
That fucker played us like a fiddle. Now he knows we're here. We need to pull out.
And here I thought fiddlers stuck to roofs nowadays.
You know, I'd much prefer you use that mental energy to get us the hell out of here.
Oh yeah, because I can just waltz out of here looking like this.
All we need is a little improv.
I mean,
Tony,
there's a
arrest
broken
him.
window
We'll
right
just
here
go
that
right
nobody
out
has
of the
addressed.
Huh, good idea.
Arrest? That's March.
We've got our man. Let's.
Office! Wrong guy!
Move it!
I'm sick,
Now
I
I can
tell
move
you!
it. Quiet, you!
You can't do this to me!
Holy shit. Okay. Okay. Let me just, this is Klep, and then
Pressure on the test subject. Oh,
It was
are both of you patients here?
Yes.
Speak for yourself. I ain't no lunatic. But you are! I told you I ain't!
What's going on here? Are you okay?
It was my older brother. He has mental problems. Shut up! I'm as sane as ever! You're the crazy one!
I'm crazy?
Sorry,
okay,
officer. I was
okay.
talking to my brother.
All right then. Ma'am, mind if I ask what you're in here for?
I'm a reporter.
Before you got sick, you mean? I actually did want to know what it was that got you committed.
Are you a police officer?
Yeah,
Then will you believe the things I'm about to tell you?
depends. Let me hear 'em first. I'm a reporter. A few months ago, I received a tip saying this hospital was conducting some kind of clandestine experiments on its patients. I disguised myself and checked in to investigate. I've collected all the information I need, but now I can't prove I wasn't sick in the first place, or that I've recovered. So I'm stuck here with no way to publish my findings. What exactly have you found? Here, they use a treatment method on their patients called TAT, Thematic Apperception Test. But it's not the TAT most people know today. Rather, they use the prototype used back during World War II. Basically, it brainwashes people. After the test, patients' memories will be completely erased, and they're conditioned as well. They're programmed to respond to certain sounds, after which they'll follow any command. The hospital then goes on to claim they've been cured, but the truth is, they're nothing more than soulless robots.
What?
Tell me, officer, if you were a patient, would you want to be cured that way? You've absolutely got to get me out of here. I have to expose them. Check my notes. I've got all the evidence right here.
I gotta say, that sounds more like a sci-fi flick than reality. All right, let me see your notes. Wow, don't skimp on details, do you? Let me ask you something else. You ever notice any patients in here who seem like they don't belong? Like they're faking their illness?
Yeah, me.
And besides you?
Honestly, from what I've seen, at least 44% of the patients here are actually sane, but they've been committed regardless. Makes me think this hospital's next step is to experiment on normal people.
That's quite the theory.
Wow, okay.
What about him, huh? Seems pretty legit. Schizophrenia, maybe.
He's sick, but it's not schizophrenia. You made a mistake any layman would make. What he has is called dissociative identity disorder. That's where you have multiple personalities. In his case, too. Huge difference between that and schizophrenia.
I see. That I'll have to remember.
Wait just a second. Aren't you getting me out of here?
Afraid I can't. At least, not yet. I'll come back once our investigation wraps up.
You don't believe me either, do you?
Why you even bother, Nellie?
Journalists are the watchdogs of society. Or haven't you heard?
Okay. Cool. Well, I think there's a good chance I'm going to try to burn through this before next week. And we can move on to another case. Because there's a lot in here that's just really distasteful. And I think that this continues kind of the general sense that I got about this game, which is that the system that they've designed is really cool and can do some really cool stuff. And the writing that they have used to sort of produce content to work within that system is not as sort of universally high quality. To me, I see a ton of potential there is one of the things, is that like this really is illuminating in terms of ways that you can have players engage with a story. And I think that's really cool. I think then, when you're making games where you're asking the player to engage with the story, you really have to be thoughtful about what is the story you are asking them to engage with. And a lot of these have been like really broad in terms of their treatment of different topics. I mean, the last case was goofy as fucking hell. And if you have any association with the theater, you know that like it didn't make any sense. I mean, I think that's true of all of the cases, right? That first case was not like an accurate depiction of the art world. I forget what the second case was. Oh, it was a police station. I don't remember the details of that one, but the last one I think was pretty egregious. It is a caricature of a theater. And that's fine. Like you can do a caricature of a theater. You're not hurting anyone doing that. When you do a caricature of a mental hospital, now your potential for harm is much, much higher. And I think that there seems like there's just kind of a lack of recognition of that. So, yeah, we'll see. I think that is not necessarily indicative of the direction that the whole game is going, right? The cases seem like they're pretty episodic. So if we can get through this case, or if I can sort of finish it before next week, then I think we can move on to the next case, and it will be a different thing. That's what I'm anticipating, at least. Cool. All right. Well, I'm going to stop there. Yeah, I think that's right. What is next week? I should be fine next week. So on Monday, I think that Sean is back from his vacation. I expect that we'll do mostly walking. I'm giving a guest lecture on top of the class that I'm teaching on Thursday. So it's possible that I'm just going to be crunched and won't be able to do this on Thursday. I think more likely I'll be able to do like an hour and a half or something like that. But Wednesday should be fine. So I expect that I'll be back on Wednesday. We'll play probably the next case in this game. Thanks everybody. Thanks for sticking around, folks. And thanks for the conversation, the discussion in the chat. I'm looking forward to playing more of this game in general. And yeah, looking forward to next week. So everybody have a great weekend. Have a good rest of your week. See folks on Monday. Have, stay safe. Be well. I'll see you next time. All right. Bye, everyone.